Did you grow up with divorced parents?
Have you come to recognize the impact that your parents' divorce had on you either as a child or going into adulthood? Because today we're going to talk about the impact that having divorced parents has and how it has been different for the both of us given the different times that our parents were divorced. Hi friends! Today we're going to talk about growing up with divorced parents because both of us grew up with divorced parents, but our parents got divorced at different points in our lives.
And the difference in the points when they got divorced was actually very significant.
Yeah.
So mine got divorced when I was like 3 or 4.
And mine got divorced when I was in high school. I was a senior in high school. And if you guys watched the video that we made about growing up with anxiety, you know that both of us grew up with anxiety and our parents being divorced played a role in that. But really the different times in which they got divorced in our lives, it made a really big difference in terms of how that event impacted our lives.
So since mine got divorced when I was so young, the difference was I knew every day when I came home, I was coming home to a single parent household. It was just the 3 of us. Whereas yours was very, very, very different.
Completely, it was very different. Because I was older, I was able to perceive the little kind of personality traits and just differences that my parents had that kind of made them clash. That ended up impacting me is completely different than the way that Jen was impacted by her parents' divorce, because when you are 3 years old and your parents are breaking up, you don't understand why they're breaking up. I was really able to understand why my parents broke up because I saw how they clashed. The way that their divorce ended up impacting me was leaving me as a young adult into adulthood with a bit of cynicism around romantic relationships and their ability to last.
Experiencing that with you.
Completely.
Because we grew up together. And since Julia and I have been friends, my parents have always been divorced. Yours got divorced when, like you said, when we were in high school.
Happen.
Yep, so I saw that experience of an intact family growing apart. So for me, I have no recollection of my mom and my dad together. I've always grown up with parents who were apart and also fought a lot, which that in and of itself can really impact kids when they're going through their parents' divorce, and that's of no fault of the parents.
None at all.
It's just, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
And
it's hard.
I've had the every other weekend, Wednesdays dinner, divorced dad thing. That had a huge impact on not only like my relationship with my dad, but my relationships in the future with other men. Just having that experience of my dad not being there for me, that's something that being in therapy, I have worked on because I understand that I don't need to take that stuff with me to today.
And like Jen said, through going to therapy, through like that, gaining that self-awareness, you're able to understand kind of how these experiences that you've had when you're a kid or even an adolescent end up really like playing themselves out as you're an adult. Like I know that through therapy, I really realized that there are so many times I can look back and see little things that I've said to a previous romantic partner that are so detrimental to the health and vitality of that relationship because that's that cynicism playing out.
And mine didn't even manifest really so much in cynicism of relationships. It really manifested in not feeling like I could ever be loved by a man. That's some real talk right there.
Yeah.
Is understanding that my parents' divorce had a really big impact on my self-esteem. And my self-esteem then, having low self-esteem, didn't leave much room for allowing other people in. Growing up and feeling insecure because my family was very different than everyone else's around me. I think I was the only one with divorced parents.
As that biggest supporters for you guys seeking therapy because of what it can do for you gaining your self-awareness. We wouldn't recognize the impacts that the divorce had in our lives had we not taken the initiative to see a therapist.
We have both gotten to the point where we're able to move forward in our lives in a very positive way because we took the time to really work on this stuff. And therapy is incredible. I mean, I am also a therapist. Therapy is going to be painful. I'm not going to lie. If you want to like get to that point, like you got to be willing to go through some pain. And at the other side of it though is like pure joy.
So if you guys also had divorced parents, I mean, hit the thumbs up button or hit the thumbs down button. Just give it a thumb.
Right.
We would love to know though, kind of how your parents' divorce impacted you. If you're willing to be brave and share in the comments below, we would absolutely love that. If you're feeling a little bit more reserved, we're also on Instagram.
Yep.
So go head over to Instagram, send us a direct message. We'd love to have some real conversations with you guys.
You've experienced an intact family who probably maybe should have gotten divorced if you live in a house, because that's also a really big thing is parents feeling that I don't know what the right to say exactly. Should I stay together for the kids? Exactly. So if you've grown up in a household like that, I would love to hear what you have to say about growing up like that, because that is also very impactful on the rest of your life.
Because actually we'll probably end up making another video about this, because that was actually literally the scenario in my family. My parents were going to stay together until I went to college. And in a odd kind of turn of events, my sister and I sat my parents down and gave them permission to get divorced. So that's a story for another vlog. But we will be back in 2 weeks on Monday. So we'll see you guys soon.
Bye. Which one of us is? I'm gonna go back to the intro.
I will. Okay.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, definitely. It's like we've never filmed it before.
Amateur hour here at 500 Seneca.
500 Seneca. First vlog ever made.